Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 7 of the Dragon's Breath Minecraft podcast, recorded on February 4th of 2021. I'm Tabby Cat and I am joined, as always, by Firestar.
Hello, welcome back. Make sure to leave questions and suggestions for us to talk about in the show in the email box or the Discord. You know the drill. We really want to have your thoughts to discuss on the episode, and that would be a really great addition to the show. So, this is fast, but let's just hop into it. What have you been up to in Minecraft for the past week?
Well, in the past 2 seconds, I've realized that my air purifier is on and I should turn that off because it will make a noise. Alright, you're welcome. Less background noise. Woohoo. Okay, so on the faction server I was talking about last time, the Death Muffins thing. Yeah, it's pretty poggers. I've been doing a lot of, I think that was this week, I've been doing a lot of work on the base. I made a big room. So we're doing kind of like a Fallout steampunky industrial ruin, not really ruin, kind of ruin, not really, build style. So we have like a hallway leading into like a main room that I built a bunch of gears and pipes and stuff in. And then there's like a giant furnace boiler with all our furnaces in it. And then there's another hallway. Yeah.
None of us are really doing many live streams or videos on it, so if you ever hear about something in the episode, you can feel free to ping us on Discord if you want a screenshot or whatever, and we'll be happy to help. But anyway, continue.
Yes, what he said. So basically, there's another hallway branching up from that room that leads into a really big hallway that took so long to mine out without a beacon or anything.
I'm trying to get a beacon, okay?
Yeah. Okay, wait, so you logged on, you're just like, I'm gonna get a beacon today, and then you instantly just fall in lava and lose everything.
I lost all my levels. I think I've literally died. I actually managed, after 5 days of trying, I managed to get a loading sword with help from Anonymous. And then,
did you die in lava?
Let's say I trapped Anonymous in lava, on accident, kind of. And then Anonymous trapped me in lava, but the problem was that I lost all my levels and the looting sword. So, trying to get a looting sword again.
Yeah, basically it's a really long hallway.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
So it's a really long hallway with a bunch of doorways branching off. I don't know if I don't know if you've seen the whole thing.
Oh, no, I have. I've spent 5 days in a row there. I've spent a long time there.
Yeah,
it's
so,
awesome.
and then I made a storage system thing, pretty cool. We have a bunch of chests, and then at the very end, there's room for enchanting and brewing. So that's pretty cool, and I spent a lot of time on that. Yeah. And also, there is, Fire will talk about this a bit more in his section, I think, but there's a certain Bed Wars tournament that we're setting up, or I'm not setting it up, but I'm playing in it, so I've been playing some Bed Wars to train for that. I'm still really bad, but hopefully I'm better than everyone else because everyone else is just so bad now.
You're better than everyone else, except for Potato and Becca and me and Ailey. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about you, but okay.
No, I'm the best person in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Alright, if you say so.
Let's find out, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I've been, this is kind of a sneak peek, but I've been toying with the idea of getting a slightly different skin because it's kind of bothered me for a while. It's just it's very inconsistent. My brand, I'm a cat. You know, that's what I'm a cat and I dab and stuff. But my Minecraft skin is a fox. So that's the problem. That just doesn't really make sense. So I don't know if I want to use this skin as my full time, but I made a skin that's basically identical to my current skin, except for instead of a fox face, it's an orange cat. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna use it or not, but I made it and I've been experimenting with it.
And also maybe, and now this might be a very revolutionary idea, so just tell me if that is the case, but maybe you could have a skin, now that it's February, that's not a Christmas skin.
No.
Mind blown. Mind blown.
I'm gonna wear it all year round. I'm like Time Dio. Let's go. Okay. You're just spiteful laughing. Okay. Also, I've been doing I've been doing a lot of YouTube in the last, I guess not really this week, but more so last week. But still, I've uploaded 2 videos, which have done really well. Like, especially for my channel.
He was like 50 subscribers.
Oh yeah, I passed Firestar in subs. Exactly, like literally, I passed you in like that was insane. I'm only 5 subs, 6. I'm 6 subs ahead of you right now. But still, that's cool. I was also the first. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I was also the first cave crafter who started below Vecca and surpassed Vecca, because I also surpassed Vecca in subs, and then Fire you did like a day or two after
both of us
me.
actually. Yeah, both of us hit 200 subscribers in the past week, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You actually have 1 more subscriber than Vecca right now, if I'm looking at the stats. So that's pretty cool.
Ooh. Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to making more videos. I have a few more videos. I have like 1 scripted and 1 like halfway done that I'm excited to post. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. What have you been doing in Minecraft this past week?
So I'm going to go into detail a bit more about the Bed Wars tournament. Dimid started it. I have been kind of following
Wait, Dimid started it?
Yeah, Dimid started it, but he's sort of letting me manage it since I'm the only person who can work people into the games. And I've been doing a lot of the organizing of the bracket.
Oh yeah, because you are a rich boy with MVP plus.
Anyway, basically I have 16 people, and they're all competing in a tournament. So only 2 out of 8 of the first 8 games have been completed. Wolfie beat Mulligan and I beat Springs. So the 2 of us are on to the next round. And you know, it's super fun. It's like, there's probably no prize. It's just kind of a fun thing. And I'm really enjoying doing it. Though it can be difficult to get people to make a group chat and schedule the game. Cough, cough, Dabby Cat.
This is a very interesting pretzel I am holding right now. I must examine it very closely.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm fighting PG Salgado 27. Why did I say his full name like that? Okay, whatever. I'm fighting him first, and I just haven't done it. I don't know. I'm too lazy to make a group chat. That takes at least 12 seconds.
Yeah, you know, your life is too precious to waste 12 seconds on
Exactly. I'm actually very important. Like, I'm a really important...
Guys, if you didn't realize yet, Dabby Cat's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I have, like, big deals. I make so many deals that may or may not be around for pretending to drugs. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Okay, yeah, you can continue.
Okay, lol. Anyway, and I said this a bit in Dabby's segment because I love taking Dabby's segment and being a part of it. Anyway.
Even though you wrote yours first.
Yeah, well, anyway, I've been doing some stuff on the faction server, mostly trying to get a freaking looting sword, which shouldn't be that hard. Anyway,
you're just bad.
The other thing I've been doing these past
Wait, I have a looting sword! I just realized I have one!
Give it to me now.
Wait, I think I'm pretty sure I have one. Wait.
Anyway, in the past 2 or 3 days, I've also been part of a new SMP, which has been super chill. It's literally called Casual Craft. It's awesome because, you know, it's the sort of SMP style I'm going for, not too uncasual. I don't know. Not too like crazy, but like it's pretty casual. There's like an active player base, but not like too many people. There's a nice shopping district. There's a bit of lore and games and stuff. So I've been really enjoying that. I've been partnering with somebody and working on a bit of like an auto sorter and getting myself some gear and stuff like that. I'm probably or possibly gonna live stream or make videos on it, but I'm not quite sure yet.
Also, wait, can I join it and pull an Polygon SMP and just turn it into a faction server?
No.
That would be funny.
No.
Wait, oh no. I gave my looting sword to Nexus. I just logged on the server. I gave my looting sword to Nexus, and then he just logged out permanently. Because he literally said that he's never going to log back on again.
Oh, God.
Actually, he might have given it to someone else or put it in a chest somewhere. I don't know. I don't have it, though.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying that new SMP. It's some nice vibes. In a way, it's actually kind of fun to join a server partway through because nobody has like full-on mega bases yet, but there's some shops and some infrastructure so that I can like I've been grinding myself through villagers and god gear, and it's only taken 2 or 3 days until I'm at the level of other people since I'm partnering with someone there. So we're going to be working on a base. We have this really cool tower design and an auto sorter soon, and we already have some good farms and stuff. So yeah, that's super fun. Yeah.
Actually really fast. I also may or may not have done something about joining a new SMP. It's just stay tuned. youtube.com/c/dabbycat coming soon. Perhaps.
You joined McCorkin's SMP?
That was supposed to be a dramatic reveal. Okay.
Wait, how did you manage to do that?
What?
Okay, after this, we're talking about this. How? Okay. Anyway, let's move on into the news.
It's like, okay, we'll talk about this later.
Okay. There is a Minecraft Snapshot this week.
No way!
It's probably the biggest snapshot since maybe bigger than the first one of the cycle, or maybe just not quite as big, but anyway, Minecraft Snapshot 21W05A, those names never get easier to say, and 05E, which just had a few extra bug fixes. There's a lot to cover here, so bear with us. So first of all, as an overall summary, they added lush cave blocks, including azalea bushes and flowering azalea bushes, cave vines and glowberries, drip leaves and small drip leaves, which everybody knows should be named trip leaf.
Trip leaf.
Decorative blocks for the upcoming lush caves, including hanging roots and rooted dirt. Moss blocks and moss carpet. And seriously? You have to do that. Anyway, and the spore blossom.
Homicide. What? Yeah.
What?
Okay, so, Okay, so what do you think about azalea bushes and the flowering versions?
Those are cool. I think they...
Yes,
I don't think they said that there, but I think they also have the azalea leaves. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, they did. They have the azalea leaves and flowering azalea leaves, and azalea leaves look kind of just like normal leaves. Kind of like, I thought of it as a mix between oak and jungle. And then the flowering ones, which are just like that, except they have little dark flowers. I feel like
purplish, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it would be nice if they were a bit more like pink and bright. But yeah, I think I really like the bushes, because like,
yeah,
it's nice shrubbery. I feel like we don't really have a lot like it. It's like I feel like it's better than a sapling for like just detailing like an interior or just like the ground or whatever. And I'm
actually guilty of not having played in the biome, or not the biome, in the snapshot yet.
Neither.
But in the texture, it looked like they kind of spread outside of the block. Even like I think you can place blocks around it, but the texture looks like it overlaps onto the next blocks around it.
Does it?
Which could be cool. I don't know.
Anyway. It might look like. I'm pretty sure I'm very certain its hitbox doesn't extend beyond that, but like.
Yeah. But anyway.
No, I think it's within the block.
Well, anyway. I think it's super cool, and people have speculated that it might end up being the sapling for the azalea trees, but they haven't added the azalea wood or the generation of the trees yet, so we're not sure yet. How about the cave vines and the glowberries?
Ooh, I love these so much. I think they look so cool. It's like, they're basically just like, they're very leafy vines that just hang from the ceiling, and the glowberries just add a really nice touch to them. But even like without the glowberries, they still look really cool and could be used for detailing any kind of jungle or natural environment really well. Especially for like ruined stuff, to have just those like hanging from stuff, that would be really cool. And the glowberries make it look kind of mystical, which I like. So like you can kind of use it in like a magical environment, like ooh, magic berries, ooh, they're like yellow, whoa, very very mysterious and stuff. But yeah. I really like them. What do you think?
I really like them. I think it's super cool that we have a food source that's also a light source. Like, what? That's awesome. I like how they're starting to lean towards the full block vines, sort of like the twisting and the weeping vines from the Nether update, instead of just like the side of the block vines. I feel like those are cooler. And the glowberries would just be a really cool source of light. I actually saw this really funny clip that was, I think actually King B-Dogs or somebody like that recorded it, but it was just like, just like chilling in a cave, and then if you don't know, the foxes will eat the glowberries, so then a fox just runs up to the vine and steals the glowberry, and then it's just suddenly just dark, and I thought that was just really funny.
Yes.
And right now on the Gamepedia website for it, which is awesome because it produces a light level of 14. It's an actual light source. And not like light level 7 or something. So that's awesome.
That's cool. Exactly.
I love the glowberries.
Exactly.
Honestly, they were my favorite part of Lush caves when I saw them at Minecraft Live.
And speaking of light sources and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead here to the moss carpets and blocks. So
that's not a light source.
Yeah, I know, but like it can be used to hide light sources under the mossy carpets.
That's true, because we used to have to do that with leaves or like green carpet.
Exactly, people have to we used to have to do it with like a lime carpet, and that's just not good.
Yeah,
but
not the same effect.
Exactly, and like this way you can actually make it so you have relatively hidden light sources that don't look very bad and out of place.
Also, just speaking of the moss blocks really quickly. One thing that I'm super excited about is the fact that I've been thinking for a while, like, will the moss blocks change on the biome? And they don't. I've seen a picture of somebody make an oasis, which I'm actually going to talk about later. And they still have the vibrant green, even like in a desert or savanna or something, which is
really?
awesome.
That's cool.
Especially because you can mix different, since the moss from far away looks enough like grass, you can mix like 2 different grass colors, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it not changing colors, because, I mean, it can be nice in some cases. Also, it's nice to, like being able to match things to biomes. Yeah, but I agree. It's very cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Very cool.
So yeah, there's the moss blocks. I like the moss carpet. It's just kind of cool how, like, they're doing it, how do I explain it? They're not keeping the carpet just to be like the wool carpet. It would be nice if instead it was more of a moss layer and you could stack it and make like terraform things, but I'm not complaining. The moss carpet's awesome.
Yeah, exactly, and that would be a bit better, but I still think it's really cool, like, regardless.
Okay, so we can skip over Drip Leaf. They need to rename to Trip Leaf for the small one. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. What do you think about the Drip Leaf?
I like it. I feel like they didn't like really bring anything new that we didn't already know from like the Minecraft Live thing. But basically, I think they'll be interesting for parkour, but you can easily get around the aspect of it dropping you by I think shifting or repeatedly jumping. And I think if you bone meal it, or the smaller ones, it grows into the bigger ones. And if you bone meal the bigger one, it just grows taller. So you can kind of get like a Jack and the Beanstalk type thing. So
that's really cool.
Kind of cool if you just get a really tall one.
I wonder if it maxes out, because I know in Java we can't bone meal sugarcane, but in Bedrock we can. But I think it maxes out at like 3 or 4 blocks or something, because naturally it can't grow that high. But I wonder if Drip Leaf could just, like, if you keep bone mealing, it just keeps going anywhere. I mean, I guess, like, with the twisting vines, it can just keep going and going until it reaches world height.
Yeah. Yeah, and twisting vines can just keep going, and kelp, I'm pretty sure it can keep going forever until it reaches the end of water.
No, kelp. Well, kelp, in a way, it technically can. Kelp is actually quite interesting. We shouldn't dive too deep into this, but, like, basically, each block it goes, it picks a random number between 1 and 25, and if the number's 25, then it'll stop growing there. But if you break it and replace it, it could be back to 1, and that means it can grow up to 24 more blocks. So if you like break the top block and then replace it and get good RNG, or just keep doing that, then you can grow it infinitely, but like it won't naturally grow infinitely. The maximum it will be is 25 blocks, and if it starts on like 8, then 17 blocks. So yeah, it's actually really interesting.
That's interesting. I actually didn't know that. Thank you.
Anyway, what about the hanging roots and rooted dirt?
I think that those are pretty cool. Like, I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like them. Yeah, I mean, like, they add like a nice variant to dirt if you're ever like doing like if you ever need that.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't really know of I mean, in the foreseeable future, I can't see myself using them, but I think that they're a nice addition regardless.
I think I could, because if you think about it, if you're making like a big custom tree, normally around it, if you want to simulate roots, you'll have some grass, some dirt, and maybe some coarse dirt.
Oh, that's true.
But instead of the coarse dirt, the rooted dirt will actually look like the roots. As for the hanging roots, I like it. I don't know how much I like the fact that almost everything in the snapshot needs to be coming from a ceiling, because that makes it less of a viable option if you want to take those blocks and make a custom biome out of them, like a lush desert or an oasis or something.
Wait, with the hanging root block, can those only be placed on the ceiling? Really?
They're not a block. They're like, think of those.
Are those part of the block?
No. Think of those nether roots, like the crimson, the worked ones, and then basically turn them upside down and put them on the bottom of the block, and that's what they are. And that's the one thing I don't like with the snapshot, is that spore blossom, the hanging roots, and the glowberries all need to be hanging from something.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like, I mean, like, it makes it, like, I don't know, it might improve, like, the lush cave biome in particular, but it just kind of limits the use of them outside of how it's naturally generated, which I think is not what Mojang should be doing, because I don't know, the building community is just not going to be very happy about that.
Exactly. So finally, there's the spore blossom, which is the thing that drips the particles. I like the idea of it. Like, I think it drips like kind of honey-like particles. But like, I feel like
or kind of like crying obsidian, I thought.
That's true, but I feel like outside of that, it doesn't have that much of a use. Like, I mean, maybe somehow people will use it like upside down campfires. Like, people often use campfires to like signify a way to go, or like, so maybe somehow like they'll do it, like they'll put it through a slab. I don't know if it can go through slabs, but if it can, like put it through a slab and have like a dripping water in the roof or something. But I don't know if that would work that well. So I'm not that excited for it. I think that's kind of its main use. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like, I think it's an interesting block, but I feel like it would just be so much more useful if it didn't have to be placed upside down. Yeah. I mean, I can't see myself using it, because like there's just not that many scenarios where you need to put something upside down like that. Unless the only such scenario I can think of is like a magical natural forest kind of build with like a kind of tree cave or just cave. Mainly just like caves. Like, there isn't really a use for them, I feel like. I don't know, but maybe they'll add something that will make it more viable. I don't know.
I agree. And I also think I haven't seen it in the snapshot, but through the screenshots, it looks, since it's like kind of has a diagonal texture, and I know that's difficult, but it still looks to me like too detailed for Minecraft. Like, it doesn't look that Minecrafty. It looks kind of like a texture pack or a mod. Speaking of texture packs, Daddy has an entire video joking about them. But it kind of feels like it would be something from like one of those realistic texture packs. It doesn't look as Minecrafty to me. But then again, when I first saw the Strider, I was like, well, the Strider's a cool idea, but the texture needs an upgrade. And I've kind of grown to like the Strider, so we'll see. But yeah, let's move on, since we're...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going very slow this time. But I don't know, that's fine. Okay, yeah, so... Oh god, why I just opened that? Okay. Yeah, so today we aren't going to go through like everything about each change, because there's a lot of changes actually, and we don't want to bore you. But you can check out Minecraft.net. They have an article about the entire snapshot with the list of everything that changed, so if you're interested in that, you can go and check that out. But addition to those, here to the things we just talked about, here are some smaller changes and bug fixes, some of which are really, 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 really important. Why did I say really that many times? Whatever. So the first one, I'm gonna go through them really fast. Is the stone cutter can be used to craft the different copper block variants. There is a rename of the copper stages from copper block. Now it's copper block, exposed copper block, and weathered copper block, and oxidized copper block, meaning that the longest copper name is now waxed weathered copper stairs, which is less than it was before. And the drowned mob now have a chance of dropping a copper ingot rather than the gold ingot. If you noticed before, you can sometimes get a gold ingot from them. Now it's changed to copper, which means we have a way to farm them. And they've also added a bunch more skulk sensor events that weren't there. They do that a bunch every snapshot, such as opening and closing shulkers and minecart related things.
Yes. Okay. Stone cutter, yes. Because that, if you think about it, copper is a metal, like gold blocks and iron blocks. It's not a stone, which sets the precedent that maybe the stone cutter might not only be used to do copper stuff, might not only be used for stone. Maybe it could be renamed to a chopper or something and start doing wood too. Who knows? But I like that change.
That's
especially
interesting.
Even with the dropping copper, it's not going to be something you have a lot of, so it's nice to have an easier way of crafting. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like I don't have a ton of opinions about it, but it could pave the way to future blocks being able to be stone cuttered. It's pretty useful, so you don't have to craft it, but I don't know. I mean, if you use a stone cutter, it'll be useful, and if you don't, then you probably won't use it very much. But personally, I think it's cool.
Awesome.
I like that they did that, even if I won't use it.
As for the copper rename, I like that. It was getting pretty long, and I feel like it's kind of inevitable that Minecraft item names are getting longer, because first they started with stone, and then they had stone bricks, and then they had, mossy stone bricks, and then mossy stone brick stairs. It's kind of inevitable that they get more complicated, so I like it when they're thinking about that and trying to make it so that it's not as much of a mouthful. I still think it should just be, even though it's made from the cut copper, I think it should be waxed weathered copper stairs instead of waxed weathered cut copper stairs. But it's still better.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the new stuff. I mean, wait. Yeah, and there aren't copper stairs right now. I'm pretty sure if there are, I'm gonna look very stupid, but I'm pretty sure there aren't.
No, there aren't. But
yeah, but I feel like you still need that distinction, just because otherwise people are going to think that they're, and because it is cut copper and not copper.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what about the dropping copper?
I think that's good because it provides a way to farm copper, which before there wasn't. And we were talking about how there had to be some way to farm copper, and here's a way. It also make drowned farms a bit more useful, so you can get tridents and stuff. I don't know. I think that's a pretty good change.
I totally agree, and I'm super, super happy, especially because a couple days ago was thinking of mobs that could drop copper, and I'm like, drowned, Oxidation kind of has to do with water. Drowned's color scheme is relatively similar. It would make sense that they could drop copper. And it's perfect because they dropped gold already. And, it wasn't, the gold wasn't that useful. You wouldn't make a drowned farm to farm gold. It would just be an added bonus. Because you can get gold from the zombified piglin farm. So that's super awesome. I'm really happy about that. The only thing is, if they drop copper at the rate that they dropped gold before, it is not a viable farm, because they dropped one out of every 15 would drop one gold ingot, and so if it's that slow for copper, we need a better way of getting it.
Yeah, hopefully they speed it up a bit, or at least make something so you can, so it's just more viable. But yeah, I mean, right now mining is just the way to go. I mean, they are. I mean, I think that in this thing, they're trying to push like mining, because like caves and stuff. But still, it's just they need to give us some way to farm it. Like, come on.
I really hope they just drop it at higher rates. Like, even if it was something small, like every round has a 50% chance of dropping 1 or something, it still makes it better than like what it was with gold before. But let's move on. There's a few more things. Like I said, this is a jam-packed snapshot. So flaming arrows now get extinguished when they collide with powdered snow. That's awesome. I like that. What do you think?
Okay. I mean, sure. I think it's a change that needed to happen, but I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really like impact me at all. Like, I wasn't planning on shooting flaming arrows through powder snow anyway, but you know.
Yeah. The next one I'm really happy about because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was something we had talked about in the Feature of the Week segment. Skeletons will now convert to strays when they're frozen in powdered snow.
Oh, we might have talked about that.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know that the stray was, I think, an option one week. And I think we may have talked about skeletons getting turned into it when walking through powdered snow. And I feel like that's...
Okay, wait, let me think. I'm going to go into super focus remembering mode.
Okay.
I just want pretzels. I can't think about anything. Okay, yeah, anyway, continue.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's one of the cool Minecraft things, because Minecraft's not that realistic. In real life, skeletons don't exist, and if they did, they wouldn't turn into strays when they're in powdered snow. But I feel like that's just kind of a cool Minecrafty thing that no other game would have, and it's just kind of cool.
Wait, because we have skeletons inside of us, right? So what if when we freeze, then we become a stray?
Inside. Game theory. Dun dun dun.
But that's just a theory. Game theory. Yeah.
So powdered snow is now pushable by pistons and sticky pistons. Yes. I'm happy. That's nice. It makes it more viable for using it in traps and farms and stuff. I don't know. It's just cool. Foxes can now walk on top of powdered snow without falling in. Nice change. I don't care that much.
I like it.
Cool.
I like it. And yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter that much, but I like it.
And then a technical change. Copper oxidization is now a random tick effect and thus affected by the random tick speed game rule.
What?
I like that, and I wish it was its own game rule. So, like, how many Minecraft days it should take to oxidize a stage. Because some people who play Minecraft might want to use the other copper stages, but don't have enough time to play. So it'd be nice if you could just turn on a game rule and make it so that every 10 days or something it would oxidize. But I'm happy about that.
I mean, I feel like either way, it's just a nice change.
Yeah, it's great. And also the fact that it's a random tick effect means that it is. Wait, no, never mind. I'm done. But also, one quick thing to note is that there was a Bedrock beta recently where you could oxidize copper by right-clicking on it. You could wax copper by right-clicking on it with honeycomb. Ooh. And you can do the same thing with dispensers, which suddenly actually means you can do it farmably, because you can have an observer that looks at a copper, and then when it oxidizes it, it automatically waxes it. So that would be awesome. Yay. Good.
Oh, that's true.
Good.
That would be nice, so you don't have to just like put it in like an area and just wait so long.
Exactly.
No, but yeah. And you can't just like AFK if you want it to be at like a middle stage.
But that's like 22 hours per stage, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
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 It's a long time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long time, like a really, really long time.
Alright,
Yeah,
let's
and
move on to the
finally,
last
with just like
section.
the last little bit about the news, there are just a few bug fixes. A few notable ones are standing in fire and water used to spam the extinguish sound, which was really annoying. They fixed that, so that's cool. There's a lot of things related to smaller mobs suffocating, including baby cows and piglins suffocating on 1 block tall spaces and stairs. So that was fixed, and there's a lot of skulk sensor and shulker and world height related bug fixes. Just like, again, check out the Minecraft.net article if you're interested in all of the like tables about skulk sensors and everything. We're just not going to go over it here.
Yep, the skulk sensor bug fixes just also included just like they were supposed to detect this and they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Like they did that. Like
they've had a lot of shulker ones recently. It's interesting, and the world height ones are actually kind of interesting. Like things like when you change the world height to go below Y0 in a world through the game rule, villages will only spawn at Y0, something like that. So they'd be floating in midair. So there's some interesting stuff like that.
Yeah, some interesting stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah. On to the question of the dragon that just happens to be daily. I'm not gonna list all of the question of the dragons, but if you want to see those, you can join our Discord server to take part in them and also see what the previous ones are. They're pretty interesting, I think. But the question for this week was...
How long have you been playing Minecraft? This question was recommended by Miss. Little shout out to Miss, yay. So Miss was also my 200th subscriber, but yeah. Anyway,
he only subscribed to you now. Ow. Sorry.
The vote for which question it was going to be was pretty close. But anyway, most people said either the option before horses were added or before 1.8. Where do you stand on this?
Okay, so
it's already
I marked. I'm pretty sure I marked it as like within the last 2 years because I did play like a little bit before then, like kind of like everyone did, but I never really like actually played Minecraft. I feel like I never built anything or explored anything or watched any videos. I just kind of messed around randomly, mostly in creative, and didn't really do it a lot. So I considered. So I said that I started playing Minecraft in the last 2 years because I consider that I started like actually playing the game in the last 2 years.
I have the reactions there, so I couldn't react. But what I would have said is before horses were added. I remember when horses were added. I think it was like only a few months after I started playing Minecraft. It was probably like 2012 or something. I remember someone showed it to me in Pocket Edition, and I started playing, and I've been playing a bit on and off, but mostly non-stop since then. Nexus and I used to, we lived near each other and we've been friends forever, and we used to like play, we both had PlayStations, I think PS3s, where we would play Minecraft, we'd go to each other's houses and we'd have different worlds and stuff. We had a lot of fun. We once like made a mini map, and like another time we did some fighting, and I once even made a skyblock map and we did skyblock together. But yeah, that was cool. Anyway, I bet you thought there was only one QOTD that was coming on the show this week, but nah, it became a tie literally a few minutes before we started recording. So we're doing two.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Alright.
Let's try not to start a civil war with this question, which is, who should have won the Minecraft Live mob vote? Most of y'all said the Ice Soldier with 5 votes. Lumen got 3.
Boo. Yeah!
And the glow squid got, let me count, none. Anyway.
Ow! Ow! Take the L, glow squid. Imagine being a squid and glowing. Okay, sorry.
Okay, well, let's say we can agree on the fact that the glow squid should have lost, even when I've seen it in the snapshot. But And like I said, please, let's not start a civil war, but the Iceologer is clearly the best of those three.
Unless you want to leave a comment section if you're watching on YouTube, in the YouTube comment section down below, because that helps boost the video, so actually do that. Start a civil war, woo!
Okay.
Or not.
Or not.
Anyway.
Let's have a quick debate about why we think the respective Iceologer and Glow Squid, or not Iceologer, Iceologer and Moobloom should have won. I think the Iceologer is cool because it's a hostile.
So anyway, first of all, it's not the Iceologer, it's the Chillager. I'm calling it the Chillager. Chillager.
Is a hostile mob that spawns in mountains, which is kind of unique. It makes mountains more unique since it's the Caves and Cliffs update, not the Mooblooms and Glow Squids update. And it had some really cool attacks that were from Minecraft Dungeons, but that could be brought into Minecraft. Also, Minecraft Earth is a dead game now. It's literally ending. But Minecraft Dungeons, you can actually see the mod. You'd be able to see the mod in both games, and that is why the Iceologer is the best.
Okay, well that's just a lie, because the Moobloom is actually the best. Here's why. It will sheep, and it's cow. It's yellow, and it's friends with the bees, and it lives in the forest, and it's really cute. Yeah. I like it.
Okay. You're wrong, but at least you can enjoy being wrong because you weren't the most wrong one.
Agree to disagree, maybe. Except
let's just say, no offense to her, but I'm glad we don't have Ollie on here today because she is a Glow Squid person, and that would really start a civil war.
Oh my god.
Love you, Ollie,
yeah,
but
I don't think,
no.
I
Anyway,
don't think we can be friends anymore.
Let's move on to the feature of the week. Quick reminder to join the Discord, link in the description, if you want to vote for the feature of the week and talk to the hosts, talk to the hosts, guests, and fellow listeners, and if you do pledge on Patreon, you will get to help choose the options. And so, yeah, this week the theme was structures, which is the final theme before we reset and go back to the start. And the options were the witch hut, the igloo, and the desert well. And before you say which one won, I was just reading today and I realized there's only 19 structures in Minecraft. I thought there were a lot more. So the structure segment is going to be the first one to go. Because, I mean, I guess it's, since we have 3 options each week and there's 19 weeks and it's only 1 out of 7 weeks, it's not going to go for a while. But it will be the first one to go. Anyway, yeah.
And the winner was the Woodland Mansion! Woo! Yeah, that was one of the options. Okay, no, that wasn't one of the options. I wish it was, because I did.
And the winner is...
and the winner is, for real, the desert well. Woo! Yeah, woohoo! Yeah, woo! Desert, yeah.
Wait, you pronounced that wrong. It's the desert well.
Desert well! Exactly, the desert well won with 5 votes, and the igloo getting 4, and the with Kahoot had 2 votes.
That was witch hut, in case you couldn't tell. I don't know how you would not be able to tell, but in case.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you even speak? Yeah, and got like so how? Exactly. Okay, so desert wells spawn in desert biomes in 1 in 1,000th of chunks. But they don't feel that rare when you see them in the world, because, like, deserts are open and I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, they're made of sandstone and have water. Although water isn't too rare in deserts, so they're basically useless, because deserts have, like, lakes and rivers and stuff or something. I don't know. So what would you do about desert wells?
Okay. First of all, when I was first introduced to Minecraft, somebody told me that underneath the village wells, there was, like, very rarely a chest with really good loot.
Oh, somebody told me about that for desert wells, and I literally dug down to bedrock because I believed them, and then...
Well, anyway, that person lied to me, but...
Long story short, they don't exist anymore.
No, that person was, I'm pretty sure it was Bacon. Oh, wait, yeah,
Wait,
no, you're
really?
right. Actually, no, you're right, he doesn't exist now.
If you think about it, have you heard from Bacon in the last,
5 seconds?
Never mind. Exactly.
Anyway,
actually, it's probably on Hypixel right now.
Anyway, that person lied to me, but it would be cool if they could have buried loot under them. It doesn't have to be that good, but maybe, even though the Wandering Traders were implemented badly, I think it was always a cool idea that you could be in one biome and have loot of the other biome. So, imagine, a villager made that well, and then they buried some loot for the next person to find along their travels before they settled down and made a village. And maybe they went through a bunch of biomes, and maybe there was a dark oak sapling in there, or some bamboo, or coral, or something.
Ooh, I like that.
From other biomes. I don't know, that could be so cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Another thing is, what if they had some sort of unique, even if it were useless, block? So you could put it in your base and use it as a shrine. Almost kind of like the lodestones, where you can craft them but it's very hard. So it would be cool if you found one in a bastion. I feel like that could be kind of cool. At the top or the bottom center of the well, it had a unique block. But if so, I feel like they'd need to make the desert wells rarer. So it would be almost like an enchanted golden apple or something like that would be really rare. Or a dragon head, something like that.
But the thing is, it'd have to, there'd have to be a chance for it. It couldn't, happen 100% of the time. Because desert wells aren't that rare.
Yeah, totally. And the last thing, actually, is something that I saw on Reddit. Dreams. Anyway, it feels like one of those things that doesn't necessarily make sense, but could be Minecrafty. Is if they somehow connected it to the igloos, which is probably the opposite structure in Minecraft. But what if I feel like an underground tunnel would be too long, so maybe not that. But what if it had a map that led to an igloo and a little small path coming in front of it that leads starting to the direction just a few blocks? I feel like that could be really cool and Minecrafty and quirky in its own way if you could find a desert well and it would lead you to an igloo. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So I think that they should have, rather than just having a chance to have buried loot underneath them, because that's a little boring. What if we had a chance, a 50% chance for them to have a labyrinth underneath? So it'd be I'm forgetting it right now, but that, from Greek mythology, the Minotaur labyrinth thing.
Would it have any loot there, though?
Yeah, exactly. It would have loot. But I was thinking, it could have, probably not a 50% chance, probably a much rarer chance, but, so it'd be, a big labyrinth with, traps and loot, and at the very center there'd be, kind of like a bastion, a big pile of gold and a chest or two with good stuff in them and some kind of boss mob guarding them. I was thinking of power kind of like an iron golem, except because it's underground, you won't have space to just tower up, so it'd be a lot harder to defeat and also just automatically be hostile towards you.
When you said that, I actually had an interesting idea. The labyrinth in Greek mythology is scary because they have the Minotaur chasing you. What if instead, since there's no Minotaurs in Minecraft, what if, and this could be really funny, what if they added back in the killer bunnies and had 5 or 6 killer bunnies that are chasing you through the maze? I feel that's another thing that would be quirky and something that would only be in Minecraft, not in anything else. But that could be really funny. And
yeah, I mean the beast at the middle would be more like the Minotaur, but yeah, having just killer bunnies scattered throughout the maze, maybe, or through the labyrinth, maybe they were too dangerous, so they were locked away from humankind and hidden in this labyrinth along with other beasts that were not fit to see the light of the sun.
That could be really cool and add to the lore since they were in Minecraft and then they were removed. and so maybe they were never removed, they were just locked away until they found a good place to put them, which ended up being the labyrinth.
Exactly, they were just locked away in the labyrinth until an unsuspecting villager made a well above them and unlocked secrets that he should not have unlocked.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that would be a pretty cool feature. That would certainly make them like actually one of like my favorite structures in the game. Like that would just be so cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the second thing, I don't think they should add this to Minecraft, but it would be interesting if they did. So if you know, like there's a mod for this and RLcraft that's in that too, like a thirst feature, because. So they'd have to do a few things. They'd have to make it so there aren't just like a ton of lakes and rivers and desert biomes, and have like you actually need to like find and drink water to survive. Because that way, desert wells could actually be useful if you actually need to find water in a desert. Excuse me. Yeah. Because if you actually needed to find water in a desert, then it would actually have a kind of a use.
And maybe they could even make it so that ocean water and river water and even the lakes, maybe all of those are salty and you can't drink those. So you can only drink water from like a desert well or like water bottles. I don't know that.
Yeah, like water bottles that you smelt to purify them.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool. But again, I kind of feel like they shouldn't add that to Minecraft. That just feels a little too modded. But I don't know if their focus was to improve the desert well, that's one thing I would consider.
Yeah. I feel like thirst shouldn't be added to Minecraft, but if it was added, it would be like that, where you can only get it from wells or purifying water. That could be super cool.
But that just about wraps up this episode of the Dragon's Breath Minecraft podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
All important links are in the show notes or description as usual. Make sure to once again join the Discord server, check out the content we make, as it would really help us out. The Dragon's Breath is happy to be a listener-supported podcast, so if you enjoy it, consider helping us out at patreon.com/dragonsbreath, with all the awesome benefits included. Our next goal is, once we get 10 patrons, we will add an extended version of the show where we'll talk about our lives, maybe more Minecraft, and other exclusive things.
Also, become a patron and you can be our very first patron. Oh, that'd be cool. But please leave us feedback at dragonsbreathpodcast@gmail.com. No spaces, capitals, apostrophes, nothing. Or on our Discord chat. It would be great if we could start incorporating listener feedback into questions in our show. Words. Anyway, where can the listeners find what you do?
Most of what I do can be found at youtube.com/firestarYT or twitch.tv/firestar_YT. I stream some speedrunning and will be making videos more often. You can also contact me at Twitter @firestarYT or in my email firestarYTMC@gmail.com, or on Discord. I'm Firestar and my code is 2021. How about you?
You can find me at youtube.com/dabbycat, at dabbycat3 on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter. If you want to DM me on Discord, just join our Discord server and message me from there. Also, you can email me if you want at, I actually don't know my email, so never mind. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, and make sure to take a mint.